Hello everyone, welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And we're starting a new campaign series here on Rob's Gaming Table, which we like to do a few times a year, at least. Play through a full campaign game from start to finish, and or legacy game. Those both fall in like kind of the same category for me. They all take forever to finish. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're going to be playing through another series here on the channel. This is episode 1. This is going to be spoiler-free, just the prologue. We're only going to be touching on the prologue today. We'll talk about some of the upcoming stuff, show off some components in the box, but we won't be popping open any hidden anything. And the next episode is when we'll get started into January of the first year, where we'll set up our characters. You guys can get involved, so make sure you're here for the next episode. I will schedule that soon. You'll see that in a playlist link down in the video description. Or you can see it scheduled at youtube.com/Rob's Gaming Table and set a reminder. That'll be sometime early next week if you're watching this around when it got posted or if you're here live. But we will be playing this through all the way to the end. We're going to play it 2-player. We have played Season 1 and Season 2 already in the past. We got those pretty much as they came out. We played them on the side, not on the channel. We played them with some friends casually. The first one took us, I think, like a year to play through, and then the second one took us about like 3 to 4 months probably, because we like really want to play through that one really like a lot, and we would meet together and play like multiple sessions in the same evening. So we played through the first two. They're kind of a blur. Those were a while ago. And now we're here with a third pandemic season, legacy season, but it's 0. It's a prequel. So this one we decided you guys are asking for. We're playing these campaigns live on the channel, and you guys are like, play some Pandemic Legacy, and I was like, yeah, we never played those on the channel. We just thought, yeah, we'll play those on our own whenever. We thought they're like too spoiler heavy and whatever, but we played other games since then that have lots of spoilers, and that didn't stop you guys from watching and having fun and enjoying it with us. So we thought, all right, you guys were asking for a Pandemic Legacy. We waited. We didn't do Season 1. We were going to do that, but then they announced this, so we're here playing Season 0. And that doesn't, depending on how this does, how many views, how many likes, you know, how many guys are watching, share the video, that kind of stuff. But if it gets good enough reception, we will play through future Pandemic Legacy seasons. We'll go back. My memory doesn't remember anything from Season 1 and 2 other than a couple things that popped out of boxes that kind of like shocked me. That really wowed me with the whole legacy formula.
But you probably forget which boxes they were in.
Oh, yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah. And based on decisions and how you do and stuff, different things happen, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys like this series, you watch along, you're enjoying it, you know, hit that like button if you want to see more of it. We will jump into another Pandemic Legacy Season 1 and then 2 playthrough in the future. But I see some of you are asking if we're going to do Season 1 or 2 or if we've done them before. And we have not done them on the channel. You won't find those in the playlist section, but maybe in the future if you guys are enjoying this. So, and this version, yes, this version just came out a couple weeks ago. Some people had early copies as of like August of this year, some reviewers and stuff, but it kind of released, I think, 2 to 3 weeks ago, maybe a little bit earlier. We've had it for a little bit. We got it, we pre-ordered it and whatever, got a hold of it. And yeah, now we have it and we're going to play through it. So no spoilers today, no spoilers. We're just gonna do the prologue stuff, like I said, just emphasizing because I know some people just rolled in. But we're gonna do no spoilers today, and join us on episode 2, which will be next week, where we'll create characters. You guys can get involved in that, have some fun with it, or sorry, create our aliases, and get all set up and start cracking through the legacy deck and all that stuff. But today there is a little bit of legacy deck, but it's not spoiler stuff. It's just the prologue. It's like kind of the warm-up game that you can play to get used to the new rules. And this is not regular Pandemic. This is not regular Pandemic Legacy. There is quite a few changes to this one. It still feels like Pandemic, but they've definitely messed with the formula a little bit, which is cool, and I'm sure they'll mess with it more. If they're already messing with base rules, I'm sure some of the boxes and the stickers and whatnot are going to mess with it even more. Jan's got to take off. Classes. Okay, no worries. Rob will still be talking. I'm trying to kill time for people to show up when we do this live. Come on, don't you know anything about live streaming? You gotta kill some time with an intro so people can show up after the YouTube decides to send the notification out or not. So yeah, so I'm just buying some time so everyone can get in and be here when we start, that kind of thing. But those watching in the future, scrub through this. You can always scrub through and see when you see the table, and then we start playing. You know, like you can scrub through that. So I apologize to those watching in the future. But those live, you're gonna have to suffer through this. You show up early, you get punished. Yes, Kate. Oh God, stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one of these stickers. Oh man. Different is this from the original game many years ago? Oh, you'll see. You'll see exactly how different it is so far, what we know. But I don't know how different it's going to get as we play through it. We'll find out. And yeah, we'll see. All right. So I think we can get down to the table. All right. So it's a pandemic board. We have the world here. Some interesting things. The board is divided up by cities, obviously, and countries or whatever, regions. Each different region has a different color area, but they have affiliations now. So these cities, we're basically medical. You'll find out more. I'll read through the story and stuff, but we're basically like medical professionals who have been recruited as like spies. And then we can work and lead other teams of spies. And this is like Cold War era stuff. So you have certain cities are allied, which are the blue star. You have certain that are neutral, which is like the gray little globe. And then you have ones with the Soviet symbol that are obviously allied to the Soviets. And you can create teams that match those alliances. So we're going to be going around trying to complete missions as like a spy medical team, trying to stop, I guess, like the prequel to like a pandemic virus things. That's all I kind of know so far. But you guys will find out here as we read through the story. So today we're not creating characters. We're going to be playing with temporary aliases. The game has the usual player deck. It has not epidemic cards, but escalation cards. We're roughly the same. We have threat levels. We have our location decks. The actions in the game are a little different. We'll explain that. But yeah, I think I'll just show off some of the components before we get into it. So the game, we're not going to spoil anything, but of course it comes with a bunch of closed boxes. Comes with legacy decks that are, tell you not to read part 2 until you're there. This is the part 1. We've taken the beginning prologue stuff out of part 1 of the legacy deck, but we won't be going through any of the January and spoiler stuff from the campaign. There's like an operations deck that we've kept sealed that they tell you not to use yet. Out of the way. Creating characters when you tune in on the next episode. They actually have like little passports that we will have. And in here you'll create your aliases. And this is where you sticker in your abilities and we'll even create our own, like create a character, create aliases like from video games where we'll be sticking on mustaches and glasses and hairstyles and stuff. But yeah, little passports. I think this component, like I even ran over to Mel and I unboxed this. I was like, Mel, look what they did. This is like great. This is really great. So these are like our little player cards.
It's very thematic though.
It's thematic. It's creative.
I love it. Yeah.
I love when like a disposable game puts in the effort to make you not want it to be a disposable game. And I think that's great. So I like those components. So you'll see those in the next episode. We'll go more into detail setting these up. But yeah, they're shiny. They feel like passports. They have like the little rough material. They're nice thick paper, which is great.
Yeah.
So I just want to show that off. But we'll go more into that, obviously, in the future. Not going to make us use that. There is now a debrief book. So similar to other campaigns you've seen us play on the channel, there is a rule book, but there's also kind of like a storybook. Quickly, there's entries in here, just like playing this War of Mine or Tainted Grail, all that kind of stuff, which will refer to entries based on objectives we pass or fail to tell us to go read certain entries. But we're not allowed to go in this book yet. But on the back of this book is where you track your campaign progress, how well you did, the funding you earned. That'll help get you more event cards in the deck, similar to other pandemic games. But we'll track that on here. But for the prologue, just so you guys know, we're starting out prologue here. It's a line. We're starting out at 5 funding level. And based on how you succeed to move on, you'll get different funding, which just kind of is like an ongoing difficulty balance to the game. So if you're doing really good, they start cutting your funding because you don't need it, which means you get less event cards in the deck, which means the deck is thinner, which means you see escalations more often, which means the fires spread more often, and it gets out of control, and then you lose. And then they start giving you more funding, which gives you more events, which makes the deck thicker, which slows the game down, and gives you more time to get things done and more actions per game. That's the balancing mechanic. It's really clever, works really well, keeps the game kind of going with the flow of difficulty up and down for you. So that's the debrief book.
Sorry, Darren was just asking, are we finishing up? No, we haven't started yet. We are just getting into it.
Yep, we're done, Darren. See you later. Bye, Darren. Thanks for coming. See ya. All right, everyone. Darren's gone. We can keep going. I'm just joking. Hey, Darren, welcome. No, we're just getting going. I'm just showing off some of the components we won't be spoiling today.
Yeah.
To kind of explain, or we won't be setting up. So this is not spoiler, but there's some sticker sheets in here to create a character stuff. And you'll see that when we do the create an alias in our passports later. But I'm just throwing these off to the side. Today is all spoiler free. We're just playing the prologue stuff. So I'm showing you what we're not going to be playing around with. And then there's these dossiers, which are like, the usual sticker sheets you get in a Legacy game. So lots of rule stickers and that kind of stuff that'll go in the rule book. And I'll throw those out of the way. And they even give you like little personnel files. So these like little folder envelope thingies that you can hold important cards and information in a personnel file and an intelligence file as you go. So as we collect stuff, we can keep them in here. So if we need to go back and read things, to reference things, they have that available for you, which is really neat. They have nice little reference cards to show us the actions, which we'll go over, and obviously the game is going to get a lot more actions as we play and get more complicated, which we know from playing Legacy games. So this sheet welcomes you when you tune into the box, when you tune into the season here. So Pandemic Legacy Season 0, hello agent, thank you for acquiring Pandemic Legacy Season 0. Hope you'll have as much fun playing it as we did making it. The necessary intel for this mission is as follows. Dossiers and packages. Do not open any doors on the dossiers or any of the safe deposit boxes, numbered boxes in the game box, until instructed to do so. The debrief book. There are 2 books. Rule book, debrief book. Read and learn the rules of the game. Do not read anything from the debrief book except as instructed, like I just said. And when reading the debrief book, don't let your eyes wander or you'll be electrocuted. Legacy deck. Whoops. The Legacy deck comes in 2 parts, 1 and 2. Begin with 1, don't open 2. Be sure to open both parts from the beginning. Don't be an idiot and open from the back, like I may or may not have done in the past with other Legacy games. Thank you again, good luck. This will be a year-long remembered, but buy those with the proper clearance. You have been called upon to save humanity. You must be up to the task. By Matt Leacock, Rob Davio, and the Z-Man Games team over there at Asmodee, North America. There we go. All right. Okay, so this is a rule book. It goes into there's a section we'll need to read. It'll tell us about in a sec, but there's all our components, just so you know. FYI for those interested. And then it explains all the new stuff, and it even tells you. I just want to show this. Actually, let's show it digitally here. Just so you guys see the differences, because I know you guys were asking this. All right. So on the right here, it says, if you've played Seasons 1 or 2, you'll be familiar with many elements in this game, such as the Legacy deck, funding levels, game end upgrades, dossiers, and seal boxes. Playing either previous season is not necessary to play the game. They are independent games and enriched by a connected narrative. Okay, new and modified rules. There are many new rules or rules that are slightly different from Pandemic or previous Pandemic Legacy games. You should pay particular attention to the following. So there is this much difference. Oh. Okay.
Mark says, I quit and rejoined and it was better. Spencer says, having...
Okay, 1 second. Okay, be right back. All right. Yeah, it's nothing local. Something is definitely wrong with YouTube today. Definitely wrong with YouTube. I can't even preview the stream in like the back end software. I'm getting like errors all of a sudden that like I can't even view my own stream unless like I open a different browser window. It's like, well, I don't know what's going on. That sucks. Can you guys hear me? Am I there?
Yeah, I think they...
There? Are we back?
Maybe we were just talking to ourselves.
Maybe we're talking to ourselves. I don't know. This stream is healthy now, at least.
Okay.
Oh, we're here?
We're here. You can see us.
Hear me?
Okay.
All right. I don't know.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I started recording it locally. So if we have trouble, we can maybe repost it later as like a different video. So I just started it, so.
Oh, YouTube was totally down yesterday?
So they're probably still recovering, trying to figure out what issues it was.
Okay.
Interesting. I love when this happens, when you like start a new series and you're like, yeah, everyone's gonna watch, this will be great, it'll be the first episode, no spoilers, so everyone can tune in, and it's like, hype destroyed. The train just fell off the tracks. All right. Okay, let's get started with some Pandemic Legacy Season 0. Spoiler free today. Prologue only for those who just tuned in. Yeah, let's get down to the table here. Okay. So we're playing some Pandemic Legacy. There's some differences. We were talking about what differences there were. Let's show you. Let's go to the browser here. And we'll look at the rule book here. I was showing this, but I just want to show how many things are different because I see you guys asking in the chat. If you played Season 1 or 2, doesn't matter. But there are some similarities. Legacy deck, funding levels, game end upgrades, dossier, sealed boxes. There is some connected narrative, but you don't need to play any of the other Pandemic games, any Pandemic Legacy games, none of that stuff. This is its own standalone game. And we're playing the Prologue today, which doesn't have any spoilers in it, but it does teach you the game, and they recommend play it as many times as you want it to get used to this version of Pandemic. So if you've never played Pandemic, you're totally fine to get Pandemic Legacy Season 0. Start from there, play the crap out of the Prologue till you feel comfortable, and then dive into the campaign, which will have like a scaling kind of roller coaster up and down difficulty depending on how well or how poor you're doing in the game. So don't be afraid to jump into this as like your first time touching a Pandemic game. But those who have played Pandemic, there are some differences on the right. You see many new rules and modifications. Operation cards are new. The debrief book, we'll be looking up story entries and stuff in there based on objectives we complete or fail. Full of spoilers in there. You're not supposed to look in the book or wandering eyes, none of that stuff. Agents and threat cards are different. There's no cubes that are exploding across the board. This is still a cooperative game of putting out fires, though. Mm-hmm. A cooperative game of putting out random fires is how I like to describe Pandemic. There are many cooperative games putting out fires that are out there. But this is still like that. It's still one of those. But it's agents this time that are running around the board. We're medical professionals that have been hired into the CIA, and we're going to be using other agents in the field to try to complete objectives that spies would complete in the Cold War era. That's the idea. But we got to find out what the Soviets are up to and that kind of stuff. So we'll have teams, like I said, to control. There's surveillance. So the Soviets are surveilling you, which is a whole new thing to this game. There's such things as commercial flights, which are different. Flying around the board is different in this game. There is no like little white houses to fly between in this one. There are little white buildings, but you don't fly between them. They don't help you jump around the board, at least yet. I don't know if that will happen, but we'll find out, I guess, as this playthrough goes on. And like I was saying before, YouTube problems, those are just tuning in. This episode, spoiler free. Episode 2, we'll actually jump into the campaign. We'll create our aliases. You guys can get involved in that. We'll have some fun. We'll be cracking into the spoilers. We'll be playing through this full campaign, full spoilers, going crazy. So today you're okay, but watch for the next episode. I'll schedule it after this one. It'll be in a playlist link down in the video description below. It'll also be on youtube.com/Rob's Gaming Table. You can see upcoming live streams there and set reminders so you don't miss them. Also subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you guys really like this, we were asked earlier before the issues if we'd be playing Season 1 and 2 on the channel, and we have played them in the past, not on YouTube with friends. But depending on how well this does, if you guys are watching it, sharing it, hitting that like button, most important, we'll know that you'll be interested and we will play another one. If there's enough interest in this playthrough, we'll definitely grab another copy of Season 1 and then play through that. And if people still want it, we'll play through Season 2 and then 3 and then 4. We'll be out by
wish.
then. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if there's really Season 3 or 4, but we'll see. Thomas, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for the support. Jack says in the live chat, a good thing is no tiny cubes to get lost compared to regular Pandemic. Agreed. Yeah. I think that's great. Yeah. When I saw the little agent minis, I was like, yes. Yeah. And the fact they don't spread and cause like, what the heck was that called? When what was it called when like one location overflowed to the next and could cause an overflow to the next and it would just keep spreading? I forget what that was exactly called, the term. It was like not infected, it was not an epidemic, right? It was like an outbreak. Outbreak. Thank you. Sigma, thank you. I knew you guys would know like right away. I was like on the tip of my tongue. I was like, I can't remember the term now after reading this rule book. Yeah. I'm like all confused. But acquiring targets is different, incidents are different. And when we proceed to the next month, funding level adjustments, I guess, are a little different. So this is all the stuff here on the right that they recommend you to check and be familiar with that's different. I just want to show you guys this is different from a Pandemic. Mm-hmm. But it still feels the same. Yeah. All right. So today, being spoiler free, we're not creating aliases today. We're going to be playing with temporary aliases. And we're not cracking into the legacy deck. We're not cracking into the boxes. We're not pulling off stickers. None of that stuff. We're playing with all the components that we got in there that aren't hidden. So that's what we're going to play with today. So let's just start story-wise. We are going into the legacy deck, but this is the spoiler-free part of it that just teaches you how to play the prologue. Okay, so don't turn off the channel. Don't shut down the video yet. Okay, spoiler-free today. But it's just saying this is a legacy deck. Read the rules. Read page 3 out loud to all players. Then draw this card during step 1 of setup for your prologue game. So let's go to the rule book, which, as you'll see, just like any legacy game, has sections here where you know new rules are going to happen, new stickers are going to go in there. So all these spots that are what's that? Redacted. Yeah. So whole page. Okay, there's a whole page ready for some. We don't know what we're going to do. Crazy rules. So stay through the campaign series. We'll definitely get into the spoilery stuff and have some fun experience in this. And if you've already played through this, as you're watching through our series, you may have seen different things than we've seen. That's part of the cool thing of these legacy games. You'll never see all of the content when you play through the game. After, if you rifle through all the boxes and stickers, you might see other things. But two groups playing the same game should have a slightly different experience, if not very different experience. So let's go to page 3. And there is a QR code to go to the website to play a audio file to read this out to you, but I'll just read it here. So you were chosen to serve, you were willing to lead. December 1961. A remarkable job description. You know what? I have this so you guys can see. So you can mute me and then read along yourself. All right, here we go. A remarkable job description. Graduating medical students needed for government program. You quickly discovered that government program meant the CIA. They believed it easier to teach a doctor how to be a spy than the other way around, and you were quickly swept into months of training at Camp Swampy. Meanwhile, a fanatical research group within the Soviet Union has been developing bioweapons in a bid to end the Cold War and destroy the West. Having failed to weaponize their Coda virus project, they recently made a breakthrough with a different pathogen they called Medusa. MED-USA. Your training has ended, and it's time to take the field. Mission briefing. Welcome, agents. Glad to see you made it through Swampy. I'm your collection management officer, your handler, basically. John Cooper's the name, but you can call me Coop. There's a lot to talk about, so I'm going to dive right in. Analytics are telling us that the Reds are cooking up something big, a top secret plague they call Project Medusa. Now, the research ain't complete yet, but if they manage to weaponize and deploy it, I'm told the death toll could be in the tens of millions. I get it. We're dropping you in the deep end, but your medical training gives you the edge here, and this is what we call a time of great need. Gather your intel on the Medusa plague, samples, research, notes, whatever you can find. We gotta know what it does, where they're making it, and how they plan to spread it. Got a related job as well. Locate Agent Charles Sabic, one of our best. The Reds caught him in Siberia last year, and sadly we could not extract him. Good news is he managed to get loose, but he hasn't made contact yet. We gotta find out, did he escape or did they let him go? Is he working for the Reds now? Did he learn anything about Medusa while he was inside? Find him, talk to him, and bring him home if you can. Just be careful, he's ruthless, smart as hell, and twice as dangerous. He's 007. Or he's 006. He's going to backstab us. Last thing I have is a bit of fair warning. The CIA is a peerless organization dedicated to the defense of this country, but a well-oiled machine it is not. There's procedures, committees, meetings, approvals, and a hell of a lot of paperwork, especially for junior agents like yourselves. A lot of paperwork, yep, that's a legacy game. All that said, don't worry too much about the red tape. Your buddy Coop will keep the worst of it off your back. You focus on Medusa and Sabic. No problem for Swampy's top of 61. Am I right? So this is the guy, Charles Sabic, circa 1960s. So this is the last photo we have of this guy. Okay. And here's John Cooper, okay? Everyone make notes.
He looks tired.
Yeah, we don't need the notebook
No,
yet,
we don't
right?
need a notebook for this.
It recommends take notes as you play along, okay? So we're going to do that. We got to remember that for next episode to have notes taking. But if you're following along the series, we do appreciate those who follow along and
remember things.
Have way better memories than we do. So feel free to get involved if you've never played this, and don't spoil anything if you have. But if you can help us remember stuff through our playthrough, that's great. But please don't drop any spoilers in the chat throughout our playthrough. Don't spoil anything for us or those watching who, you know, maybe I don't know, like some people I know have memories like me who can play this game and then like a year later play it again and have no idea what's going on. Like that's the way I play, but
yeah, we don't even remember what's going on from the previous week.
Yeah. So yes, Spencer, that's right. You've shown up to class. Pay attention. Pay attention. All right, so that's that.
That's that.
Okay. Card 1. Let's flip it over. Let's read. So mission briefing. Agents, it's time to head out. It's okay to be a little nervous. Every new agent is. This one's pretty straightforward though. We have intel on a sample of the Medusa plague somewhere in Europe. And a sighting of Agent Sabic in Novosibirsk. Sorry. Pronunciations will be awesome. A couple of reminders here before you go. First, try to keep a handle on the Soviet agents, but remember, your teams will do a lot of that. Heavy lifting once you set them up. Second, don't forget that flying to allied countries is easy. We've paid off all the right people. If you need to go somewhere friendly, to the Reds, you can do it, but flying won't be easy. So we'll explain the actions and what it's hinting at there, and how it works. So that's just reminding you that things are different. Then it says, right now, draw the next 2 cards. They are your prologue objectives. Set up these objectives following instructions printed on them. When you complete or fail an objective, remember to immediately read its debrief entry in the debrief book, even if it's the end of the game. Also remember that the number of cities in each region and each affiliation are shown in the reference area of the game board. So right down here it shows us there's 8 regions in North America, 5 in South America, 11 in Europe, 6 in Africa, 13 in Asia, 5 in the Pacific Rim. And then the affiliations, cities per affiliation, there's 14 allied cities right now on the board, 20 neutral, 14 Soviet. Okay, that's that. So here's the first objective. Here's the rules for it. This objective has an unknown target city. So we don't even know where we can solve this objective. This is kind of neat. I'll explain how this works in more detail in a sec. You'll see it as we set it up. To set it up, separate the 11 Europe city cards from the player deck, shuffle them and place one of them face down into the operations area, like our objectives area. Then shuffle the remaining Europe cards back into the player deck without looking at them. Finally, flip this card over and place it on top of the unknown city card. I already took them out of the deck, just to be prepared. So these are all the ones from Europe, from the player deck, okay, from this deck that we draw cards from. As you can see here on a player card, it reminds you of the location, shows you the region, tells you the city, and lets you know who the city is, who your agents there, or I guess who the region is aligned with. So this is like Soviet controlled, so we have no friends there. It's kind of harder to deal with than if it was neutral. Neutral here in the top left, Madrid is neutral. Okay, and even I like for colorblind, they actually have patterns. So this green location has a different pattern than Europe, for example. So Africa is different than Europe, and they even remind you on the card with that same pattern at the bottom in color, which is neat. And what is this number in the bottom left? That's, I don't know.
Well, it's probably counting out of the 11.
Maybe. Anyways.
I don't know.
So here's the 11 from Europe.
Oh no, there's some of them are numbered the same. No, but there's 2 8s. So
Yeah.
We don't know what those are.
I'm not sure. Okay. So we're gonna shuffle these up. All you got here pretty much in time. You're good.
Yep.
Sorry, Rob, but the video of the mission briefing reads it better than you reading it. It better read it better than me because they probably paid a voice actor to do it. And if it didn't, it'd be kind of sad.
Like it needed to be someone like Morgan Freeman. I know, right? Or there's someone else. I feel like from like 24 or something.
Jim spoiled the whole campaign. The butler did it with the syringe.
Oh, well, no.
That's it. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Mark says, how have I played Prologue in January and not noticed the numbers on the cards? We opened it yesterday. I just noticed them now. I don't know what the deal is there.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably something obvious.
Or it's probably something related to something later.
It will be something later, I bet.
We don't know.
Yeah, I bet it'll be something later. I bet it'll be like flipping cards off this deck or whatever, and then you check the numbers and that determines something, or play cards that total a certain number.
Yeah.
And they do something.
How many of that color? Oh, we have 11 Europe.
So 11 Europe, 11 yellow or diamond shaped ones. Okay, so Mel's going to pick a card, but do not reveal it. This is going to be our unknown target location. We put this up here in the operations area, face down, and that is tied to this, this objective. So Prologue Objective 1, retrieve Project Medusa sample. So acquire target is an action you can do, and it's in an unknown city in Europe. So it's like the most complicated kind of new thing to the game. And you see there's a van there. There's like a little van with a question mark. That just means it's a team, and we don't know which alliance it is because we don't know the alliance of the location. Because we don't know the location. At the bottom left of the card, if you complete it, you read debrief section 160 in the debrief book. If you failed it, read 166. Okay, that's generally how objectives work, is when you complete them or fail them, you go read the debrief book and get some more story and spoilery stuff. But again, this is a prologue. They say it's spoiler free. We can go read that. We'll read that stuff depending on what happens here for us, but we won't read the opposite. So if you guys play it and you might fail that or complete that, and it's the opposite of what we did, so you'll see different entries. So we're not going to go over everything. So we'll keep that, like, some stuff kind of hidden too. Then we shuffle these back into the player deck. I'll just break them up a little bit before you
I can do some drop shuffling.
Shuffle. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. And then I'll start, while you're shuffling those Europe cards back in. This objective, the second objective, is a known target city. You flip this card over and place it onto the board in the operations area. Remember, you do not need to put the Novosibirsk city card under this card. Okay. So Prologue Objective 2, search for Agent Sabik. Acquire target in, we know it's Novosibirsk, which is a Soviet-controlled place. So we need a team, a little van to roll in there and grab, or look for the agent, I guess, or grab them up or whatever. And if we complete it, we read certain entries. If we fail, we read certain entries. Those are our two objectives. Okay. And it reminds us here, the prologue has two objectives. January, two objectives. Not till you get to May, you start having three. What I'm getting from that.
Spencer's watching us with rose-colored glasses. He says, I've never seen Rob and Mel fail anything. We definitely have failed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Definitely have failed.
Now
I'm thinking about it.
Definitely lost in like Tainted Grail and stuff. I think things happened, but like it just changed story outcomes and stuff.
And we definitely failed in like Gloomhaven's, 100%.
Yep. There's other things. I can think of other series where we didn't win for sure.
Yep.
But I don't want to spoil them. So if people are going to watch those playthrough series and campaigns and stuff, I don't want to like trash 10 episodes because someone's like, oh, they don't even beat it. I don't want to watch. But yeah, we try our best. Try to crush it.
Yep.
All right.
But you watch us live, so I mean, you see the real, no edited win or defeat. Yeah, see,
Kate knows. Kate knows. And Jamie, no, we've never played Seafall, and I don't think we ever will. All right. So, oh yeah, one more thing. I've seen a lot of field agents get overwhelmed out there, so I usually prepare a couple of notes. Just something to keep you on task. I find it helps even if some folks around here like to poke fun at Coop's notes. So these are what are going to direct our playthrough, I think, or at least to like give us a start to our little story, what we kind of got to do with some direction here. So Coop's notes, he's trying to find out. Oops, what's happening? Medusa Plague. What does it do? Where are the Soviets making it? How are the Soviets planning to deploy it? How do we stop it? And then related to Agent Sabik, what does he know from his time in captivity? Where is he? Can he be trusted? We're going to place this card in our intelligence file, because we will probably need to refer to this again in the future, which is why it's kind of putting it in a special area. So I'll put it in this file folder. I'll lock it in the cabinet later.
Someone remind us that we've put it there if we forget.
Yeah. So I have this notebook in my possession. A player can use an action to read the notebook at any time.
It's free, no action needed.
I know, I'm just joking. For Mansion of Madness is something, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
We always pick up a notebook. It's in our inventory, and we always forget it's there to look back at it. All right. We've gotten better at it, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to see us lose? Go watch Mansion of Madness playthroughs.
That is for sure. That is for sure.
Not all of them, but that's a tough game. Or tough for us, at least.
Yeah.
All right. Those are good. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the game, how it's going to roll. I guess we can finish setup first, actually, before we get going. Have to get us to. All right, so check legacy deck, prepare objectives. Some of these setup steps are for when you're playing always, so we're just going to kind of roll through this part. Okay, board pieces, they're all out. Great. Step 3, not sure what it is yet. Add agents to the board. So this is just like you put cubes on the board to start a game of Endemic. We're going to shuffle this a bit already, but we'll just cut it up, give it a little crappy shuffle here. All right, so we're going to reveal 3 locations. We'll put 3 agents into each city known. Then we'll flip 3 more, place 2 agents into those cities, and then flip 3 more. 3, 3, and 3, putting 3 agents, 2 agents, and 1 agent, if that makes any sense. Anyways, first place, we need 3 agents, is Hanoi, which you can always see on the map here. Where it is. And I just want to show, there's the map on these, but if you guys see something new in this game, there is, these cards are like dual use. Which is neat. They kind of have another function, which we'll talk about in a bit, which is cool. All right, so Hanoi, you got it?
Got it.
Saigon. And Sydney.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, those are our 3s.
Interesting. All on the right side of the board there.
Okay, now we're going to do our 2s.
So 2 we need in Riyadh, or Riyadh, sorry. I don't know how to pronounce some of these things, and you'll see us mess those up.
Well, I think that's how we called it the first.
Yeah.
The first
the players
season.
We play with, we all just called it Rida from the start, but
yeah,
it's definitely not Rida. I don't know why. Riyadh?
Riyadh? Toronto. We know that one. Oh, sorry.
Toronto? Toronto. Okay, Toronto. In Canada, that's where we need to put that. And Osaka, Japan.
Osaka. Okay. Now the 1s.
Right, we did enough. Yeah, okay. All right. Ready? Don't forget to drop in, guys, when in Australia. No, we're going to leave you with the agents. Reese, if you can take care of this section of the map for us so we don't have to go all the way down there, because we're starting way over here. If you could just help us out, that'd be great. Thanks. Oron and 2. Peking, the People's Republic of China.
Got it.
And Delhi. Or Delhi? Delhi?
Wow, it is...
Delhi. It's Delhi, India.
Yep. One more.
Really?
Yeah, you should have 3, 3,
right,
and 2.
you.
Well...
Atlanta. In the united States? United States? I don't know where these places are. Anyways. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we got it. These go to the discard pile.
Okay.
Get us started. Okay. Let's throw that over there. Oh, wait. Set up. Let's go back.
Oh, you're still here.
Yep. That was step 4. Find step 5 somewhere. Oh, step 5. Place rule sticker here when instructed. Okay. 6, 7. Prepare the player deck and deal cards. So, because we're playing 2 players, 4 cards. So you can. Oh yeah, sorry. The funding level stuff. So I already showed. We get 5 funding level when you start the game in January, but it's the same you get in the prologue. They're like hard coded into the game. So you always start with 5. Christy Bowman, thank you so much for subscribing.
Welcome.
I appreciate the support. Thank you. Also, while I have all you guys here, I noticed the current viewers is nowhere near the amount of likes on the video. So I'm going to need you guys to get that number closer, if you could, for me, please, while you're just waiting for us to set up. It's just a 1-button click below the video. Helps other people find the channel, helps other people find the videos. I appreciate it. And when YouTube's working, it'll help our videos come up in results and that kind of stuff. So thank you. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I see you're correcting the glitch that's there of the likes not matching the viewers. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay. Did you already put the events?
So the events, just double check. Oh.
It's okay.
Yeah, they're in there for sure because I had everything set out here.
Okay.
Yes. So you shuffled it.
Yep. Let's do a quick cut.
There are only 5 events they give you at the start to use. So when you start the game, you just throw them all in. What? YouTube works? I know. You're not Derek. Oh,
oh, they're having a conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
But yes, so we put the 5 events in.
Yep.
But in the future, as with a Pandemic game or Pandemic Legacy game, if you have expansions, I think too, there's a certain like amount of events you can pull from and put in the deck based on certain difficulty levels and stuff. So for now, we start at 5. We get all the events that we have so far, but I guarantee you we will see more events to choose from, and events could change and that kind of stuff. So for now, they're just thrown in the deck.
Yeah.
So we're playing 2 players, so we get 4 cards each.
Okay. So in the future playthroughs, you guys, if you're here at the beginning, you'll be able to help us decide what events to put in the decks.
Yes,
as
please.
Well.
Yes, get involved. That's the part of the fun of playing this through live.
Yeah.
We don't have those other annoying players we played with before trying to fight with us on what events go in there. You guys will be those people fighting with us, so it'll be great. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, you guys can get involved and help us tweak our decks every episode. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Playlist down in the video description if you're watching this as we're playing through and you want to catch up. But we'll be streaming probably a couple episodes a week of this as we go through it. So lots of time to catch up and stuff like that for people who may have found it later. And again, for those who've tuned in, spoiler free today, just the prologue. I want to say that for those watching live. Okay. So our 4 cards are always face up. So I got Novosibirsk, which is our one where our buddy is at, which our second objective is Bangkok, Thailand, and Khartoum, Sudan, and Bombay, India.
Okay, I have Washington, Sao Paulo, Tokyo, and Toronto. Okay. We have no European cities to help narrow down.
Yeah, so I want to get into that. I want to talk about that aspect of the game, which I think is very clever, the whole deduction aspect, but we'll get there once we're done set up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we add escalation cards to the player deck. So now you divide that up into 5 stacks. Do it right here.
You can just do like...
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, it slid.
Yep. Curved cards. So 5 piles. And on purpose, you need the smaller piles, so there won't be enough to fill 5, I'm sure, evenly. But you need to make sure the smaller piles are to the right. So when we put in the escalation cards, which are normally epidemic cards in the regular Pandemic games, we then put the deck together from left to right. So the thicker sections are on the top. So as you play through the game, the chances of an escalation card being kind of closer together will happen later in the game.
Yeah, there was one less, so this one has one
Okay.
less. Yeah. So now we shuffle them
So
all
we
up.
shuffle these.
And then this is the bottom.
Yeah, just keep them in the same order, the piles.
Okay, this is the bottom.
Turanto? I think, yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure of this weird place in Canada. I've never heard of it, so I've never been there like this week or anything, so I have no idea. No idea what it is. You mean Toronto? Okay.
Yep, that one. And then, nope.
Okay.
Yep.
I see.
They're going on top.
I see what you're doing. I was like, just put them back in their piles, and then we can show.
Oh
how
no, I just shuffled them this way.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yep.
Home of
yes,
the Major
don't
League
shuffle
Baseball
all the cards
Blue
together.
Jays. No. You got that right. And the NBA Raptors. There's some kind of hockey team that people like. I don't care about that part, but anyway. Don't shuffle all the cards together.
I wonder if that would break it.
That's super awesome mode, Jack. That's like hardcore people do that. That's what we're going to do. Penguins? That's the right hockey team, Spencer. That's the right hockey team. All right. And
that goes on top.
There we go.
Yep.
So we have our player deck. So next, escalations are in there. So we set up the deck, choose characters and aliases, and then we can begin playing. So, playing the prologue to be spoiler free, and if you're really doing bad and you've been burned and all your aliases are gone throughout the campaign, they then kind of, or you lose, your character kind of fails or dies or whatever in a session. You then go grab another alias, I think, or a temporary alias. So you may see these again in the playthrough, but we are going to be able to pick between 4 of them. So the first one, the Civic Planner. When you build a safe house action, you do not need a city card. Actually, I should go over the actions. Let me go over the rules, kind of for those who are new to the game and maybe don't know, and or the differences from Pandemic. Okay, so we have agents around the board, no virus cubes, okay? So we got to go deal with these agents. We are little pawns running around the board. This is similar, right? But our actions we get are drive/ferry, move to an adjacent city. So that's literally your pawn moving across a solid line. There's no different kind of lines. It's just moving to an adjacent following lines, okay? There are lines that wrap off the left of the board over to the right of the board and vice versa, okay? So you can go from Los Angeles to Sydney, okay? That exists, all right? That's just driving or taking a ferry, okay? Then there's a cool little action called commercial flight. So you can reveal an allied city card in your hand to move to the matching city. So reveal. So if you have an allied card, like Mel had Washington, she could be in, I don't know, Johannesburg down here, and just reveal Washington, just reveal it from her hand and say, I'm flying to Washington, because it's a friendly allied city. Very welcome there. She can hop on a plane. No one's gonna, her cover's not gonna get blown. No big deal. I like that. You don't have to spend any resources. You can jump around between allied cities. I'm sure as the campaign goes on, the amount of allied cities for us will reduce.
Yeah,
I'm sure if you're amazing at the game, maybe it will increase. That's just what I predict will happen. I don't know if that's really going to happen. We'll see. You also, for the commercial flight, you can discard a neutral card. So discard it to the discard pile. It's gone to fly to Bombay, for example. Okay, so you can't just reveal them. You have to discard those ones. And you cannot use the commercial flight action to go to a Soviet controlled city. Just can't go there flying on a regular plane. People will recognize you. They'll know you. Your cover will be blown. No one can help you sneak in. No dice. Okay, yeah. You won't get past security. But you could take an unrecorded flight. So you could discard a city card that matches the city you're in to move to any city. So that's how you get around that. It's a little bit more difficult. So I would have to be in Bombay, discard Bombay, and then I can fly from Bombay to anywhere. Okay, unchartered flights, off the books. Nobody will know. That's how we sneak in, get our information.
You paid the big price.
Yeah, we pay what we got to pay. We use the CIA resources, get in there. You can neutralize an agent. So this is just gets rid of an agent off the board. This is how you stop the spread of the fire, stop the outbreak, stop all that kind of stuff. There are no outbreaks in this, but that's kind of like pandemic lingo. You kind of just, remove a cube from the board. Neutralizing an agent. You're removing one of these little Carmen Sandiego agents here off the board. Where was this guy?
Atlanta.
Sorry.
That's okay. Should
have looked before I took him. Another action you could do is share intel. You either give a card that matches the city you're in to another player, or take a card. Take that card from another player. The other player must also be in the city with you. We both have to be in the same city. So if we're both in Washington, I could take the action to take a card from Washington, in Washington, from Mel, or I can give Washington to Mel if I had Washington. Okay, but you have to be in the same city for that. That's share intel. And you're going to need that when we get to some of these other actions. That'll make sense why. You can build a safe house. Okay, and we did forget to set up the safe house on the board. The only safe house right now is in Washington. Okay, they've given you these little miniature apartments here. This is our safe house apartment, little building here.
Cute.
And that's going to go on that space. So that's a safe house. Okay. To build one, you discard the city card that matches the city, your city you're in, to build a safe house there. So if I were in Bombay, I could discard Bombay to build a safe house in Bombay. Doesn't matter your affiliation or anything like that. As long as you're there, you have the matching card. You pitch one card, build a safe house. Okay. Identifying a target city. Okay, that relates to this objective number 1 we have, which we have an unknown city. So we could identify the city by doing an action. Not the fun part, but it's the way to do it. It's not the fun way, but it is a way. While at a safe house, discard 3 city cards matching your region to reveal the target city of your region under an objective. Okay? So, Europe, and I see what they're doing here. Europe has 11 possible cards. So we have 10 that are in our deck still. We didn't draw any.
Right.
So we have 10 Europe cards. One of them is here under the objective that we don't know. Okay? The only other place that has more cards is Asia. But I can see later in the game when we have an unknown city in a place like the Pacific Rim over here that only has 5 locations, that's going to be a little harder.
Yeah, because you have less cards to work with.
A little harder to do this action of identifying a target, but it's a little easier to deduce which one it is because you have less places it could be.
But also in a whole deck, you have to find those locations first.
True.
So, I mean...
It's just weird. It's just something I thought about. We'll see how that actually works out later and how they deal with that. But not every region is equal in the amount of locations, which messes with this whole thing. So getting 3 city cards to identify that target city, you'll just flip that city over. So if we can find 3 Europe cards, get to a safe house in that region. So we have to get to Europe. We have to have a Europe card matching a city there. Plop down a safe house with an action. Then discard 3 Europe cards to reveal whatever Europe card's hiding under here. Then we have to assemble a team, which is the next action, while at a safe house. Discard 5 city cards matching the affiliation of your city to put a team of that affiliation there. So affiliation is in the top left, right? Neutral, allied, or Soviet. Doesn't have to be the region. So we could be at that safe house we make in Europe, let's say. Then if it's at... we don't know the affiliation needed.
No.
That's the problem. We don't know the affiliation needed for this objective yet until we know the location. So we then have to get to a safe house that matches that affiliation, discard 5 cards that match the affiliation, to then roll in a van of our team members. They got these little minivans, little CIA minivans, wiretapping, hiding out, stakeouts, all that kind of stuff. So you can get an allied team, a neutral team, or a Soviet team. And you are limited in these, so if you make another one and they're already all out on the board, you can just relocate one to where you just made one. Okay? These little vans roll around the board. They are also an action. You can drive or ferry a team. So you don't have to be where the team is. So if Mel and I were here and we had an allied team here in Algiers, we could just spend, one of us on our turn could spend an action to drive it over to Cairo. Okay? Little thing to note, when this team is in Cairo, this is an allied team. When it's in an allied location, it is active. Okay? It's driving on its wheels. When it enters a Soviet or a neutral, which is not the same affiliation, it becomes inactive and we put it on its side. Okay? Because it's not a friendly place, it's not really welcome there. It just shows that it can't do its powerful things like completing an objective. So, for example, if we can get a Soviet team there, a team that has passports for Soviet locations, has disguises, their covers that have not been blown, they're very aware of the area, they're educated in how to deal with that area. We send a team of those spies into Novosibirsk. So we would need a Soviet team to roll in here. They would be active because they match the affiliation. Then we could take an action to acquire the target. Okay? We could acquire the target right down here, which is select an acquire target objective. If you have active teams in the required cities, you complete it. If not, you fail the objective. So again, it has to be an active team. If we brought a neutral team in there instead, it would be inactive. We wouldn't be able to acquire the target. Okay? So this game is all about affiliations. You got to line up the affiliations for like everything you do pretty much to do these objectives. So it's a very important concept to understand, and I'm still wrapping my head around it, but so that's the deal, and those are your teams. Another cool thing these teams can do, there is a step in the player turn that actually does mop up. If you have an active team in a matching, obviously it has to be matching because it would be active, it removes all of the agents there. It just mops them up, cleans them up, they're gone. Okay? Player turn. We can go through that, I guess, when we're on it. Another thing is incidents, which we can show when we get to that part. And surveillance we can show when we do a player turn. And we can explain a little more as we play. So we'll jump into it now, but those are the basic actions we have available now. And that's how we get our objectives completed. So we got to build safe houses. We got to share intel cards between us to build these safe houses, identify the target city. There is another way to identify this target city, though, the fun part. I've almost forgot about it. You can take that identify or acquire target action. So some cool thing we can do, there's little tokens here. This is what you put on when you complete an objective. This is what you put on when you fail an objective. You put it right on there. So if it's failed, we know it's failed. It's completed, we know it's completed. Okay. So there's these little tokens here that have a little X on them. You guys see them? Little X's. So as we draw cards, we didn't get any to show this off yet. But as we get another Europe card, as we draw a Europe card, we know it's not the Europe card that's under here for the unknown target. So let's say we drew East Berlin. We could put a little X on there to remind us it's not that one. And as we play, we'll keep trying to remember to put X's out here. Let's say we keep drawing into cards. We know they're not there. We've looked at the deck or something. We found that that's that. So then we know it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 locations. Let's say we keep going. And we find it's not Warsaw, it's not Leningrad, and it's not Moscow. Okay, so we have Prague, Rome, and Madrid. So we could get teams at these locations, active teams, okay? And let's say we have a Russian at the Russia one here, Soviet, Allied, and neutral. We have active teams covering all the other places. We 100% could complete it. By doing the acquire target action, we flip the unknown card. Boom, we got him because we have all the right stuff. But we could gamble, and let's say we didn't have an active team in Rome, and we just have Madrid and Prague. If we really think we're kind of like running out of time, and we're trying to win the game, and we're trying to get that objective done, and the pressure's on, and we just can't get things to work, we've done their best, we think it's those, and then we flip this and it's Rome, we fail, okay? Because we didn't have an active team there. But you can do educated guessing, deduction to try to figure it out. Or you can do that action of just identifying the city if you get things lining up. So there's two ways you can try to do the Hail Mary and just guess, or you can, get it down so you know the answer by deducing it, which is fun. So yeah. So the fact we drew no Europe cards right now, that really sucks.
Yeah.
A, we can't do the identify target action or identify target city. Yeah, identify target city because we have no cards to throw away for that, and building and or marking off locations.
Yeah.
Yep, you could do a 50-50 coin flip, Hail Mary, whatever you want. Yeah. You could, however far you get it. But, like, you can judge it based on how the game's going, right? So even if you think you're going to lose and it's like, there could be 5 different locations and you only have, like, 1 or 2 active teams, get them there, put them on where you, just guess, get them to wherever you can. And then you can just say,
try.
We're going to try. And if you're wrong, you'll read the failed debrief. If you're right, you'll read the completed debrief. Okay? That's how it works. All right. So we'll find out who first player is. Just grab the pawns, I guess, and we'll do the whole shake them up in the hand, drop one out. All right.
You.
I am first.
And then we just have to pick aliases.
Oh, yes, aliases. So I want to explain the aliases. You guys can, I think we'll just pick based on, like, I know which one I want to use, basically what I'm saying. Okay. But you guys can make decisions later on other stuff. But for now, just to get us into the playthrough here. Temporary alias, clinic planner. When you build the safe house action, you do not need a city card. So this clinic planner can just run around making safe houses, basically, as an action. And then as an action, while at a safe house, discard a city card to move to any city on the board. So this can get around the map really quick. And then it reminds you the cover action, which we'll explain when we check surveillance. Normally, you'd have to scratch off something inside your passport related to your alias, which we think we saw in season 2. They do that kind of stuff for punishment, is scratching off like those lottery ticket silver things. But when playing with a temporary alias, for every cover you would scratch, you discard 1 card instead. So we need to remember about discarding cards for cover.
Yep.
Basically, how that works is when we check surveillance as the first step of a player turn, if you're in a location that has a little red eyeball, it's to show you how much surveillance the Soviets have there. So some locations start with like 2 or 3. So Moscow is obviously heavy surveillance by the Soviets there.
Yeah.
So if you start your turn in that location, you need to take cover 3 times. Your cover's been blown 3 times basically. So you would have to discard 3 cards. So you don't want to be in there unless we slam the safe house in there. Then you do not get affected by the cover or the surveillance when you're checking surveillance. Okay, but for the temporary stuff, it's just discarding cards out of your hand. But it could do other things, which you'll see as we go through the playthrough. I just don't want to spoil any of that stuff for you guys here.
And you can move through them. It's only when you do the check surveillance or when something else says about cover.
Correct.
But you can move through them and not.
Temporary alias, hospital administrator. You may do the assemble team action with 1 fewer card. So that normally costs 3 cards, right? Nope.
5.
5 cards. 5 cards. You can do it for 4. This one, the research assistant, when you do the share intel action, you may give a city card. When others share intel with you, they may take any 1 city card from you. So you do not need to be in the matching city. This is the one I want to play with.
Okay.
Or you play with it.
Nope.
I just want it in our game.
Nope.
I like that one. It's super powerful. You don't need to run around the board to go meet somewhere to get a card. You just need to get to one person's location. You don't need to have one person get to a location, the other person get to that same location. This way you can just be like, okay, come to me now and take the action a couple times. I'll give you this card. Yep. I'll give you this card. It doesn't say once per round.
No, it's just actions.
Yeah. So I like that. It breaks the share intel action, which I think is super powerful. The medical conference coordinator, as an action, you may move a team or a different player's pawn up to 3 cities away from its current city. The team/pawn does not enter any cities in between. And the same cover thing. So what would you guys pick out of these? Scientist and dispatcher? Are those the good ones in
those are,
Legacy?
Yeah. In Pandemic, I think.
Or in Pandemic?
Yeah,
Sorry, Pandemic's what I should say. But yeah, I think we should play with the research assistant to help with the share intel.
Yep. I'm highly leaning towards the clinic planner to be able to build safe houses without having to pitch cards. Huge, and then being able, if I'm at a safe house, which I can put down without doing a card, then to be able to move anywhere on the board to help clean up fires. So I think I'm going to go with the clinic planner. Yes, clinic planner. Yes, okay. We're on the same page here. Perfect. That is what I'm going to choose. And you're going to choose this one?
Normally I choose the 1 less card. I like that one. I need to make sure that is in our group. I really like that. Assemble the team with 1 fewer card. I'm always down for that.
Yeah.
The last one I read is powerful, super powerful.
Oh, the moving the
coordinator,
team?
Yeah, moving somebody 3 cities at a time or a team. They're all great.
They're all great.
Yeah, they're all great. I want to play with everyone in the group.
Because this one, moving people can really save them from having to worry about the cover. But I think being able to build safe houses and being able to change cards, because I can then move to you if I build a safe house. I can jump to you and we can do cards a lot easier.
Agreed. That works.
I think this might work out.
So it might help with the fact that we still have to spend 5 cards to do the assemble team.
Yeah.
And then the movement thing. Yeah, I do like, man, they're all great.
They are.
I say if we fail this and we retry it, we pick different and try that out.
I'm down.
But yeah, we'll try with this one. All right. Okay, so alias, we'll throw that up here. Cool. There we go. All right.
Okay.
My turn.
You're first.
So I check surveillance. We're in Washington. There's no Soviet surveillance there.
Also a safe house.
And it's a safe house. Yep. We're good. And you can do up to 4 of those actions. You can do the same action 4 times if you want. You don't have to do all 4 actions if you don't want to. Yeah. So, and whichever order you want. So based on what I'm seeing here, the major fire areas, and remember, these don't outbreak. When you go to put a 4th one there, we're going to deal with an incident, which will show when that happens. But it's a little different, and it's kind of neat. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I kind of want to get rid of agents. We kind of need to get some Europe cards going.
Yeah.
But like what are we doing in the meantime? I think we just get rid of agents. Okay, I don't have any allied cards to just fly to an allied place, which would be great too. I really got tanked here on my draw, I think. But I could discard one of these cards to get across the map.
Yeah. You can take any cards from me, right, with your action?
Okay, I could get to Bombay. I could get to Bangkok. Yeah, maybe I fly to Bangkok, and then so 1 action, 2, clear, like get rid of an agent, a couple agents while I'm there. And then maybe just to kill time, and then maybe I move to Saigon next, and then try to do that on my next turn, unless other things have changed. We didn't even draw any events either, which is interesting.
I know.
Thanks a lot, deck. Giving us nothing. All right. Okay. So I'll try that. Bombay. I discard Bombay. Gonna fly. Commercial flight to Bombay. All right, I think that is the closest. Yeah. All right, then I will move, fly. Oh no, Bangkok, sorry. I'm like already thrown off here. So Bangkok I flew to, moved 1. Let's do actions, 3, 4. Okay, let's get rid of those agents. Get out of here.
Okay.
That's me. Mop up. We have no teams on the board, no vans that are going to clean up any agents. Then I draw 2 player cards at the same time. Johannesburg and Algiers. So at least I got some neutral cards, or allied cards, sorry, allied, to be able to kind of like fly to these locations if needed, but nothing's really going on in Africa right now. But yeah, so then I'll draw a threat card. 2 of them actually, because our threat level is at 2. Paris, France. Let me just turn this. I don't know. Okay. And then we put an agent in that city.
I think it's just the way that.
Yeah.
No, it's the way that you're picking it up. I think. I don't know.
If oh, you want me to draw like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mexico City just feels wrong. Mexico City. Okay, over here.
Okay.
I'll let you do that from now on because on the complete opposite side of the board.
Sure.
It just makes sense.
Okay. So check surveillance. Again, nothing where we are. 4 actions. So right now, Sydney is a huge issue. I could, as an action, while at a safe house, discard a city card to move to any city on the board. So I could just move here by discarding.
Oh yeah, because you were at a safe house. Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of want to keep the allied cards,
yeah,
probably.
we don't know what affiliation this card will be, right? What alliance or whatever it is.
And if
whether
we're
it's allied or...
If we're looking logically, this is the only neutral spot. So it's very rare that it's going to be neutral. Okay. So I'm going to discard a neutral card.
But we know the Soviet cards are important for this one.
Yeah, and they are likely important because there's a lot more Soviets there as well. So,
okay, good eyes, good eyes.
So I'm going to discard Tokyo, which also might be easy to get to later. So I'm going to discard Tokyo, using my ability as an action while in a safe house, discard a city card to move to any city on the board. That was one action. Let's do 2 actions. All 3. Yeah, might as well just do all 3. Okay. Mop up. Again, we have no teams. Draw 2 player cards. Paris.
Oh, Reese is warning you. Beware of the drop bears while you're in Australia.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it is not Paris. Because I just drew Paris.
Okay, it's not Paris, everybody.
That was card 1. Card 2.
It's not Paris.
Okay.
That's not where the Project Medusa sample is not in Paris. All right.
No. Drawing threat cards.
Just need 9 more Europe cards and we'll know where it is.
Yeah. Jakarta and Baghdad. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Check surveillance. Nope. No cover or whatever surveillance there. 4 actions. Well, I guess still killing time. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever. I'll clear them all. That's great. Done. Then I go mop up nothing, draw 2 player cards, and the hand limit is 7. If you ever hit it, you have to discard down like right away. All right. It's not Rome, Italy.
Okay.
Not Rome, Italy.
Another
allied. Another allied marked off the checklist.
Okay, so it's, I guess if we're using our deduction, it's likely going to be a Soviet. I mean, there's still a chance. We have these 3.
So if we can get there. Oh, I should have went that way, actually. Still can. What I don't need to do is get here and make a safe house here. I have that location. That is also an important one for doing this guy's thing. So if we need to build a team in the future at a Soviet place, it can be in Novosibirsk.
Yep. Okay. That was your hand.
Yeah, maybe I should. Okay. All right.
That was your player card. So we'll draw threat cards.
No, 1 second.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, I'm going to undo 1 removal, and I'm just going to move up. Oh, no. Shanghai's a place. Oh, so is... Yep, nope. I'll just stay where and do what I did. Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
I was trying to think of getting closer, but it's not safe to do so. They have spies there.
Yep.
Can't do it.
Cairo.
Dragon says, are there odds for the different cities for betting purposes? I don't know how many cards are total in the deck.
How many cards are total in the deck for what? Sorry.
For all cards in the deck. To do betting, he would have to know all the cards we have out, discarded, in your hand, in the deck originally, to do odds to figure out what are the odds of seeing certain cards. And one's over here. So I don't know. I don't want to get into math, but yeah.
Yeah.
No betting today.
Yeah.
We'll wait till we get it down to certain ones, and if we do that guessing action, then we'll take some bets. We'll see what's up. All right.
Okay.
Where Tokyo was one? Where was the other location that we had?
Cairo.
Cairo?
Yeah. Okay. So I feel like I need to get up in here a little bit, so I think I might just start the process of coming this way. 1, here on my way. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah. And I'm kind of central. Oh. Okay. Mop up. There's nothing. Draw 2 player cards. Vanna and Kiev. So we know it's not Kiev.
Nice.
Okay. Now I have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So I'm good for cards. Some kind of that. And then we're gonna draw 2 threat cards. Apollo. card.
With the map, remember?
Yeah, I know, but I still. Okay.
Chris Chapman's in the chat asking, "Hi, do you think this pandemic is the best for component quality? It looks really good. It is nice. It feels on par with like season 2 though. Like it feels like the legacy kind of components, and probably season 1 too. I don't really remember. It's been a while, but it feels very similar. I'm not noticing anything popping out this crazy like hard quality. The board all feels very similar. Just the art is definitely feels very bland and clean and like 1960s. Which is real cool.
But I think it's very thematic, and I think it works.
Yeah, I love how clean it is and how it looks, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. My turn? So no surveillance. All right, so I'm just going to move or drive 1, 2, 3. In Novosibirsk, I'm going to discard the card from such place to build a safe house there.
Okay, so now you need 5 cards of likely red if we're going to go with a red team.
Then mop up and draw. So escalation, good thing I don't have to discard any cards because we drew our first escalation. And you do not draw a replacement. So this is like epidemics in regular pandemic. Increase the threat, advance the threat marker 1 space, which Mel will do there when the camera comes in focus. So she moved this red token here. So it's still 2. Then next, number 2 is add agents. So in 1 sec, we're going to draw the bottom card from the threat deck and add 3 agents to that city. Then discard the card to the threat discard pile. Then 3, you'll intensify, where you shuffle the cards in the threat discard pile and put them on top of the threat deck. So we'll start seeing some of the same locations come back where we've had agents, which is why we're kind of clearing out agents on spots that had 3 agents on them, because we want to prevent incidents so we can try to play longer. I forgot to mention you will lose if we go to draw 2 cards and there are not enough cards left in the player deck. We lose if we run out of agents. We lose if we run out of our 7 incident tokens. So the way you would have outbreaks before, you have incident tokens that will go on the board where an incident happens if you try to put a 4th agent, which I see is not going to happen anytime soon, so I'm just going to explain a little bit. So you drop an incident down, and then we would go through doing the incident, which is based off of drawing a bottom card, and you do this incident action that's on the threat card. So they're all random and different, which is cool. And then you place that threat card that you draw to do that incident action, you put it in the game end area so it doesn't come back to haunt you, which is kind of cool. All right, so you increase threat, draw the bottom card of the threat deck.
Okay. Kiev.
All right, so right here, put 3 agents on Kiev. And then you're going to put that in the discard pile and shuffle all that together and then put it on top of the deck. And it's going to intensify. And thank you so much for the kind words. Says, I love your videos. Thank you, thank you. Jack says, Rob, they have updated the quality of the figures. They have more details. More than the other seasons. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they seem okay. They're just very small and, you know, they do have detail, yes, but I don't think I would try to paint such small minis. But
no, I wouldn't either. I like the red. I think it pops.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, Beulah is correct. We don't need that on the board.
But, yeah. But what I'm saying is it's nothing mind-blowing. Like, it's nice what they've included. I think it's great quality for what you get, I'm sure. We'll see. Like, it's hard to judge why I'm so unsure, too, is because there's, like, 8 boxes in there, and who knows what components are in there.
Yeah.
So it could be some mind-blowing amount of stuff. We just don't know.
Yeah, but that's something that we probably could discuss at the end, for sure.
Tune in like, 16 episodes for our thoughts and the hot take on the quality of the components in the game. Yeah. But so far, I like what I see.
Okay, so we are now going to draw threat cards.
Coffee stains from Rob. I agree.
I know. I love
Sorry,
it, though.
guys. Yeah, I messed up the board already. So, but it's a legacy game. I'm throwing it all in the garbage after when I'm done anyway. So, just kidding.
You're gonna lose people if you say that.
I know. Wait till we start ripping up cards. Then the viewers drop.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're gonna draw threat cards now after we intensified.
Okay.
Okay, so Sydney. Okay. Where I am. Okay, perfect. I'll get used to where they all are as we play.
Okay.
That was you.
Yep,
okay.
That was me. Just draw my cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still don't have to discard. I'm good.
Well, I will have to discard.
Not if you come and give me some Soviet cards, I can trade with you. If you can play one to fly to me, as it's not connected.
Well, I could, as an action, build a safe house, and then as a second action, I can...
That's more of a safe house. It is a neutral safe house, but you said there's no neutral.
Well, there's still potentially be one.
Ooh. But again, remember, we don't want to have our team. So when you build safe houses, you also may be assembling a team there, and then you need to get that team to the location. So the reason why I built that there is because it's still kind of close to Europe. So if I have to build a Soviet team or you build a Soviet team, they're right there, and then we can get them across quickly to the location. So building a neutral over here, it's still fine.
It would just
free. It's free, it's free, right? Well, it's an action though.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
But it would help me get to you, and then I could give you. Or what's your ability as the research?
If you do a share intel, you can take any card from me. If I do a share intel with you, or I can give you any card. So I guess that doesn't really...
Yeah, that's not really helpful.
Unless you're going to be the one to start saving up for the team.
Okay.
Getting agents off the board in the meantime. So if you want to like reveal an ally card just to like fly somewhere, get rid of some agents. Have Delhi, you're in Delhi. You could pitch Delhi to do the unrecorded flight to go anywhere on the board. And you could like go right to Kiev and start clearing out of there. Or anywhere else, you think?
Yeah.
We know other ones are coming up that we saw. Like, so we'll get Osaka, for example. That could become a problem, but not the immediate threat, but soon will be.
Yeah, and then I'm still close if I'm around
I'm just saying some things you can do. It gets rid of cards. It gets rid of some agents. It buys some time, so you're not just ditching cards for no reason.
Yep.
That's the way I like to look at it, but I'm no pro Pandemic player by any means. We haven't played Pandemic that much. Definitely. Like, we played the Legacies, but base Pandemic and some expansions handful of times. Like, we're not like... Yeah, we got Pandemic after we're already playing lots of other co-op games, and so yeah, it's not really... Not really something we're super amazing at, I don't think. So.
Yeah, I'm going to do the unrecorded flight. So from Delhi, I'm in Delhi, so I'll play that card. I can fly anywhere I want. Actually, do I want to? No, I need the action. So I will fly Kiev for one action. I could do 2 actions, 2 and 3.
Go hide in Istanbul.
And then go hide in Istanbul. Exactly what I was thinking.
And you can build a safe house there, which gets us our allied safe house eventually.
And then based on what cards I get, I can either potentially uncover the location or potentially in Istanbul, if I get some more blue cards, I could build a team. So we'll see what happens. No mop-up. Draw 2 cards. Oh, no. Nothing that I want. But 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have to discard 1.
Well, discard a blue. I can maybe come to you and try to give you blues is what I think I want to do. So you could do a team there, or like get a whole team.
I'm gonna discard Santiago as my... Now I have 7 cards. Okay. And draw threat cards. Okay, Jakarta. Paris. Okay.
All right. Second surveillance, I'm good. 4 action. 1, 3 to get to you. Have though any I can just reveal to fly closer? Yes, I can reveal and fly to Rome, right? Reveal Rome, go right to Rome.
Yeah, and you don't have to discard it.
Yep. Then I can move to you for 2, and then I can do my research assistant action. When I do the share into action, I can give any one city card. So I could give you
blue.
Algiers.
You have 2 actions?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would give me those, and then I will discard down to 7.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get rid of
the neutrals,
these 2.
right? Probably.
Yeah, exactly. 1, 5, 6, 7. Discarding the 2 neutral cards.
That way you have enough to get a team going. And we can drive them around to help get rid of agents
that's exactly
in the meantime.
what I was thinking until we decide.
Yeah, I want to try to get a team on the board early to maybe be like a 3rd player to help us clean up agents possibly. A little faster too. All right. Then I pop up, nothing. Draw 2 player cards. Checking. And London. London is not a place.
It's not a blue. Oh, it could still be. Yep. Could still be 1 left.
Istanbul, but it's only Istanbul, so maybe making this team could be pointless because we may not need it for this. So the Russian Soviet team definitely is important, which I have 2 cards, you have 2, so we're getting closer to that too.
Yeah, but if it's not needed, I'll just drive it around.
Imagine it's Madrid though, and we're like tossing neutral cards like crazy. That's why I'm scared. I want to have one of us to kind of be ready for that possibly.
Yeah. Threat cards, I think. Is that where we're at? Okay. Gone. Baghdad. Okay. All right. So I am going to, for free, as an action. When you do a build safe house action, you do not need a city card. So I will use an action to build a safe house in Istanbul, please. Action 1. Action 2, I will assemble a team. While at a safe house, discard 5 cards matching the affiliation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To build a team.
We have an allied team.
Okay.
Now been dispatched in Istanbul.
That was 2 actions. And then what I'll do is move the van 1, 2 for my last 2 actions.
Perfect. Drop it off in Paris?
Yes, because then also we're together.
Or you instruct them to drive to Paris and snatch up some agents.
Yeah, because we're also together, so you might be able to give me some more cards too at the start of your turn if that works. Okay.
Or you can do the same to me. If you do share until you can take any cards from me.
But I wanted to get that done.
That?
Yeah, so we'll do the mop up first.
Oh.
That gets rid of those. Perfect. And then I will draw 2 player cards. Escalation. Los Angeles. So we will increase the threat. Still at 2. We will add agents. We'll draw the bottom card. This is going to be really, really bad. Prague.
So yeah, Mark's saying just what I was getting at is what I think too. Is he's saying get any team out is useful for mop up even if you don't need it for objectives.
Exactly.
I agree.
Okay, so Prague is here. Okay.
Seems like that should be the case. The mystery machine. Scooby-Doo, yeah.
And then we're going to intensify. I'm going to shuffle these. The only bad one, just while we're looking, is Prague, I think, because everything else only has 2. But
so shuffle good to make sure Prague's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Even that's not too deep though.
No.
It's going to come very fast. So we need to get this van. Is only 1 over there.
7. It's a different affiliation.
Oh yeah, it won't be active there.
No, we need to get a red one going. Yeah. But we don't have.
Where am I?
We need some more cards.
Oh, my London don't help.
Okay, putting that on top. And we will be drawing still 2 cards.
Not Prague.
Well, I guess this shows off what happens when an incident happens.
No, you suck. All right. Instead of adding a 4th agent to the city, because we have 3 in Prague, first, place an incident token in the city. So these, I have no idea what the deal is with these tokens. They make it look like a stack of tokens.
It's cool, though.
I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But Okay.
Maybe just so that you see them.
Yeah,
with all
you
the
definitely
other stuff
do
going
not
on.
forget that they're there.
Yeah.
Then draw the bottom card of the threat deck and read the incident effect.
Whoops. Oh, sorry.
All right, so you drew Rome. The incident effect on the bottom of the Rome card says, Sleeper Cells activate. Place an agent in every city with 1 or more incident tokens in Africa. We do have no incident tokens. We do not have any incident tokens in Africa.
Yep.
And then we place the threat card into the game end area. So we will never see Rome come up in our game.
Okay.
Right
Good
now.
to know.
And then if an incident token is added to your city, you scratch off a cover. Bless you.
Thank you.
But we don't scratch off cover in this prologue game. We would just discard a card from hand. That is that.
Okay, so that was only 1 card from our threat.
We're like right there too. I was just going to move up and clear a couple away, but man.
I know. Paris.
Still should.
The van is ready.
Okay. My turn?
It is.
Check and surveillance, nothing. Actions.
Do you want to give me any cards before you move?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
I want to make my way over to... Oh, but you could fly right there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll hold the red ones, and then I'd have 4.
Yeah. Let me do the action twice. There you go. Bang, bang.
Thank
you have 2.
And we just need 1 more.
Yeah, so hopefully you draw into them. Okay, so I'll stay nearby, then I probably should, right? I'll just move 1 and then remove 1 guy from Prague, which is not a... doesn't have any surveillance icon, so I'm pretty safe. All right, mop up.
Yep.
Gone. Draw 1, Sydney. Draw 2, Andy. Or Hanoi, Dominican Republic of Vietnam, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Perfect.
Good.
Oh, but you have the red card.
Mop up. And did that already. Sorry. Draw 2 player cards. Draw threat cards.
Okay. Sydney. And Baghdad. Okay. Well, that's getting to be a problem.
This one, you're it.
Yeah. Okay. Me. I want to go to you and I can take a card, right?
Correct.
We're not going to worry about Baghdad at the moment. I think we don't.
It's your turn. You decide.
No. I think this is more important. Let's get a red thing going here. So
I doubt there's a way you can get rid of incident tokens from the board. There's not in the default rules because it's just like outbreaks in Pandemic, right? You move down the row. That's kind of like you're messing up. You're running out of time. It's a way you can lose. So if we run out of 7 of these tokens, it's that same system. They don't really let you move it back. There may have been ways in the campaigns in the previous Legacy games or expansions. I don't remember. But it's kind of like one of those things, like kind of like running through the deck. It's like there are little ways maybe to prevent that from going so quickly, but obviously you can prevent it by just not letting the incidents happen. But I kind of feel like they just kind of stay. That would be kind of like game breaking. But I mean, who knows? They could totally change the rules and might be getting rid of incidents in the future, but other things might be trying to kill you and end the game.
Okay, I'm going to come to you for action 1. I will use the intel action, but with your ability, I can take any card. So that's 2. I'll come back here for 3.
Hold on. Right. Nope, that's not going to help you. Okay.
Yeah, and then I will discard, so using my ability as an action, while at a safe house, discard a city card and move to any city on the map. And I'll move here. Can't do anything with it until next turn, but at least we'll be able to get that one objective taken care of. And then hopefully it's a red. Get going. Okay. Mop up. Nope. Draw 2 cards. Okay. No Europe cards. Bogota and Osaka.
Well, Jamie in chat figured out how to remove the incident tokens. A heavy sneeze would do it.
Yeah, for
sure.
So
if Mel directed her sneeze at the board, we could have got rid of an incident.
Could have.
But we also would have got rid of some agents too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a safe house or 2.
Some of these tokens probably they'll just.
Yeah.
All right. Jakarta. Saigon. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Check and surveillance. I'm good in Prague. Now. Baghdad. I think. Baghdad.
Yeah, because Baghdad's here, right? Yeah, so it's not going to do anything until it shuffles, but
I know, but
yeah.
the next thing comes up and boom, it's on the top of the deck, just like that.
Exactly.
At the end of my turn, it could even happen.
Yep.
Don't give me that.
No, I know.
Otherwise, you're gonna do the van,
mm-hmm.
and you can even do the van and then do the action to complete objective 2.
Exactly.
All while you're there, so that's covered.
And then I'm going to move the van, start moving the van into the red.
Other thing. I have 2 Europe cards. I need 1 more, and I can do the whole find out what this place even is.
Mm-hmm.
And that could help us.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to build the Soviet van anyway.
We do, yes.
So I think it's fine. 1 more Europe card. Alright, so I'll just kill some time, I guess, again. Move 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Is it a... No. Oh, it's a Soviet place.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And I gotta get the red van going.
Okay, done. No mop up. Draw 2 player cards. Shanghai, not a Europe. Moscow, Europe. Take Moscow off the list.
All right.
Then I have to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 card. Feel like Shanghai the 1, but just trying to keep spread out. But again, I won't be there. Yeah, we'll just get rid of Shang.
You good?
Yep. So I got 3 Europe cards. Delhi.
Terrible.
Covered.
Okay. And then Osaka. Okay, we got a few more now that have 3 on it.
Matt, is that an instant token? No, it's not.
Yeah, we have a few more now that have 3 on them. So problems are arising. Okay, so me. So first thing we're going to do is check surveillance. None. I'm at a safe house, so I'm safe. I'm going to assemble a team, spending my 5 red. Putting that here.
So
that's
Soviet,
action 1.
It's our agents are in a van, but it's the ones that have Soviet
affiliation.
No, aliases. And they have credentials and all that stuff, and they're trained. They can deal with that area. Their cover's not been blown, so they specialize in that area. There are inside agents working from the CIA.
Second action I'm going to do is acquire targets. So select and acquire targets objective. I'll do the second one.
So what do you got to do?
Oh, and then if you have active teams in the required cities, you can complete it.
So objective number 2, we have to acquire a target with a Soviet allied team in Novosibirsk, which we do, which is where you just made it.
Mm-hmm.
So officially, this is completed. Okay. So we can slap a big star on it, and we can ignore it. And we've completed 1 objective.
Okay, so that's action 2.
So it's the same thing we need to do in a different city,
in an unknown.
But we don't know what that city is right now.
All right. So next, my plan is to get this red van into here so that hopefully when we do find it, it's kind of close to where we need to go, and then maybe mop up along the way. And then my next turn, I'll just start going through, I guess, with this.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we got to read the book entry. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
I need the debrief book. Thank you.
Yeah, didn't we used to have to read
this.
it at the end?
I already said it, yeah. No, it happens right away as soon as it happens.
No, I know, but in the past, it was always you read the objectives at the end of the mission, right?
Well, there wasn't a debrief books. It was just going through that legacy deck.
Oh, yeah,
so they wouldn't make you go through legacy deck unless something happened to make it happen, but yeah. All right, so we are reading 214. Oh my god, spoilers! I'm just joking. All right, 214. You picked up trace. Yeah, see, this is the problem.
We have to just do it like that way.
It's annoying. Again, is there an app for this where we can just look at the entry by typing in a number? There should be. All right. You picked up traces of Sabik, but nothing definitive. A few locals indicated that they saw someone matching his description, but the individual was bundled up. You can't determine at the moment why he hasn't come in or made contact. Sometimes there will be text at the end of a paragraph that gives you further instructions. In this case, there is no further information. Okay. Because you're playing the prologue and nothing's going on there. So we didn't find the guy. Oh. We didn't even find him. What's this junk?
Okay. Okay, so that was 2 actions only. Let's do 3, 4. We'll get this fan going that way.
Oh, static display is correcting us. I knew somebody would. Novosibirsk. Novosibirsk. Novosibirsk.
We apologize in advance to anybody from any of these
I butcher
locations.
Pronunciations. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to do it multiple times.
Unless I Google them and hear how it's said.
Belko says yes. No.
Novosibirsk.
Static, I need to like cut and paste what you just put and have it like on a sign so I can always refer to it, because I'll try my best, but it's hard.
Yeah.
And especially when we play this like days apart, I'll come back and I'll start butchering it again next time I start reading it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. So
thank you.
That is my 4 actions. We'll do a mop up. We'll just mop up here.
Yeah, get out of here.
And then I'll draw my 2 player cards. Oh, we know it is not Madrid. So we know it is not the neutral. Or escalation. Oh my god. Okay, so we are going to increase threat to 3 now.
We're drawing 3 cards now. Oh, so bad.
We're adding an agent. 3 agents.
We gotta hurry. We gotta hurry.
To Istanbul.
We have a safe house.
Oh. Well, we do have a blue van close by, so we can take care. Then that goes here, and then we will escalate or intensify. And I just want to look. So Istanbul will be a problem. Osaka will be a problem.
Yeah. We're probably gonna have another incident. Just shuffle it up.
Yep.
Jack, I want your recordings of you pronouncing all the things I get wrong. I want to hear your pronunciations of them. Send that to me. Nobody's perfect. Don't even try it. Yeah, geography definitely wasn't my thing. That's for sure.
We do try, though. We will Google how to say things, and if someone says it, we really try to say it correctly.
We do that sometimes.
Okay, we intensified. Okay, so that's done. Now we are going to draw threat, which we are now drawing 3 cards a turn. This is terrible. Things are escalating quickly. Oh, sorry. Okay, Prague is 1. Prague, I think we're fine. Yep. Sydney, I think we're okay here. We're also running low on little dudes.
We'll lose if we run out of those.
Yeah, and Jakarta.
My God.
Yeah, so we need to,
because an incident could flip from the bottom and tell us to put out a bunch of agents on different places, and we'd be
just
screwed.
Bring like, never mind. I was gonna say for your 2 actions, just like get the vans here and here, and that'll get 6 of them back in, and clear up 2. But I mean, it's your turn, so I don't know what the best play is.
Well, I wanted to find out what city was the deal. So that's 2 actions, and moving the vans would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 4 actions. It might be more important. Yeah,
because that gets 6. Because again, we only have 3.
But like, then we're just like, it's gonna keep haunting us like until we find the city. But I don't know. And like, what fires are you putting out? Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 here that could all end the game on us. So it's like,
Istanbul's definitely gonna come up. Delhi's gonna come up, which I can just go there because I'm at a safe house. So I can take care of Delhi on my turn if it doesn't escalate. Or I can take care of one of these farther away ones because I can just jump anywhere.
All right.
But I don't know.
1, 2. 2. Done. Mop up. Okay, and then draw 2 player cards. Airlift's an event.
Oh, here's the event.
Yeah, I draw them at the same time. So I can spend these events to prevent me from discarding cards if I can play them. So I have Airlift. Finally, we draw into some. So Airlift is move a pawn to any city or move a team to any city. Play any time, not an action. So I definitely could play that right now. Nothing's stopping me. And then look at the next 6 threat cards, rearrange them in any order, return them to the top of the threat deck. I'll probably just do both these right now rather than pitch a card. I still, like, we have enough neutrals. I could definitely pitch one neutral card and hold these, but I could throw a van in any city. But then again, I don't want to put the vans too far away if we need them here, because I wish we knew the city right now. If we knew the city, I would know what to do. I would just put the van on the city and we get the game done.
So what if you just did the one and then get rid of one of your neutrals, since we know it's definitely not going to be a neutral?
Oh, we know now.
Yeah.
You got Madrid? Oh, I did not even notice.
Yeah, sorry. But you could still do this to know of the 6, which true. 3, and then potentially we can save ourselves an incident.
Okay, let me get rid of this one. And then we'll do the forecast. Next 6 cards. 6. Okay. So the next 6 cards. We got Baghdad, Paris, Saigon, Istanbul, and Delhi and Osaka.
Okay, Baghdad's fine. Paris is fine. I think. Yeah, Paris is fine.
So Delhi, you said it's bad.
Delhi's
so that's
bad.
On the bottom. Okay.
Osaka is bad.
Okay, Osaka also on the bottom.
Istanbul is fine.
What's the further one? What's the furthest one?
Furthest one from us?
Yeah. Out of Delhi and Osaka for one of us to get to, nothing really, because you can fly to anything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, then
Saigon.
Does any of them have 2 on it?
Saigon has 2.
Okay.
Paris has yeah, and then I think Baghdad is fine, has 1. Paris has none, and Istanbul has none. So those 3 would be fine. We would be okay. And then I'll go to Delhi. What was the?
Great.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Doesn't matter. Just go.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm good. Now draw threat cards.
Okay. So we know it was Paris.
Yeah, Mark says, Mel, you have Osaka cards, so you can fix both Delhi and Osaka on your turn.
And yeah, sorry, one sec. Baghdad. Okay, so I have.
Yeah, so he's saying you could fly to Delhi, get rid of 1 or something or 2, and then discard Osaka to fly there. You know, like I guess fly, get rid of 1, fly, get rid of 1. So any card, get rid of 1.
Oh, Osaka. I'd have to go to, but I could use.
Yeah, any card, not Osaka, to get to Delhi.
No, I have to go to Osaka, because then in Osaka, then I can fly anywhere.
No. You're at a safe house. Your ability can discard any card to go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So you'd go to Delhi first, because you do not own Delhi. So let's say Bogota you would discard, right? Mm-hmm. Then in Osaka.
Yeah, I have to go to Osaka first.
Isn't it the city you go to for a commercial flight?
Reveal an allied city card. Okay, no. Discard a neutral city to move to matching city. Oh, that's backwards. Okay, I apologize.
You could do it, I think, your way you're saying, but you could also do it by being anywhere and discarding Osaka to get to Osaka.
Okay.
But the unrecorded flight, you could get to Osaka and do the unrecorded flight
that's what
to get to any city.
Yeah.
But because Delhi's not a Soviet, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You could do it the other way too.
All right.
But yeah, either way, Mark. Yeah.
So let's do.
Just getting used to these like weird flight restrictions.
Yes. Yes.
Damn flight restrictions.
Okay, so let's go with my first action. When you as an action, at a safe house, discard a city card to move to any city card or any city. So do that. Let's move to Delhi.
Oh, you don't have to do this. This was just Mark's recommendation.
I think that's fine. I
think it's great too.
I think it needs to be done.
Buys us some time because it's all fun and games in the chat. Saying one thing I learned while trying to play from trying the prologue was to get started right away, knocking out agents.
Yeah.
So you can stay ahead of them during the game because they can get really ahead of you, which is similar to Pandemic. That's why I kept saying this is a Pandemic game. Obviously, running around stopping all the cubes from outbreaking buys you time. Yeah, Reese was on the same wavelength. Damn COVID. I was talking about the flight restrictions.
Yep.
And or trying to use our air miles on a blackout date here. We can't redeem them and fly.
Okay, so the only way I can make sure that we don't have incidents is if I only use my second action to clear 1. Then I will use the commercial flight. I will discard Osaka. So this is action 3. We move there. And then action 4, I'll just remove 1. Okay. Then my turn. Mop up. And mop up in Prague. Where's the red van? No. Good there. Okay. And then draw 2. 1, 2. Okay, so we know it's not East Berlin.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and that's in more Europe cards. So, oh, you can do that on your turn, you said, yeah. And then draw the other 3. Flip that. Saigon. One.
This takes place
Osaka.
in 1962.
Delhi.
During, I think it says, the height of the Cold War.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, remember I have this, so I could have done this on your turn too.
No, but we already... Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Don't forget, I can do that on your turn also.
Okay.
All right. So I am going to just move to
safe.
in symbol safe house, and in the safe house, I'm going to do identify target city. While at a safe house, discard 3 cards matching your region. I am in the region of Europe. So I'll discard 3 Europe cards. And we are going to reveal the target city of your region under an objective card.
Any guesses?
Any bets? Any guesses before we reveal? It could be Warsaw, Leningrad, Prague, Istanbul. That is all. So 3 Soviet and 1 Allied.
Oh.
So the Allied is Istanbul, Prague, Leningrad, and Warsaw are all Soviet. What do you guys think before I flip it?
Istanbul and we win, Mark says. That is true, because we're already there, and you're there, and you still have actions.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
I feel like it's red, though.
This Prague.
Prague could be we win. Oh, we would have to get there, but we
Jack, go back to school and learn how to spell Prague. All right. Istanbul says Darren. Static's been to Leningrad. Awesome.
Oh, nice.
All right, ready? Everyone can cheer who wins. 3, 2, 1. Warsaw, Poland.
We did have a Scott with the Warsaw.
Scott's the winner. And Jamie.
Oh, Jamie with the last minute.
Jamie might have faster internet and saw us reveal it before he posted it. There is a slight delay, but only Jamie knows. Scott's our winner. Come on down, get your prize. Woo! All right, so we now know it's Warsaw, Poland, in Europe, is where the Medusa sample that we have to retrieve is located. So it's up here. We have to get this van, the Soviet van, up 1 space, which I have 2 actions still, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I could just move up 1 and then take that action of acquire targets.
Yep.
And I will acquire a target, and it's now in a known city of Warsaw. I have the right van in there. And we're going to read 160 in the debrief book. And it is now completed.
Yeah. You still have it.
I have it. Warsaw was raw. Feels. What does he win? I don't know. I don't know what he wins.
Careful, you're on
oh yeah,
again.
yeah. Sorry. Entry 160. You intercepted the courier and secured the Medusa sample. Before your team could interrogate, the courier took a cyanide pill.
Uh-oh.
Analysis of the Medusa sample revealed it's biological, but nothing you've seen before. Not coda, not smallpox, not anthrax. Take the target city card under the objective and add it to the hand of the player who completed the objective. Yeah.
Woo.
That is all. So we needed to do number 1 before 2 is what I got from that.
Yeah, because, well...
And the cool part is, because of where it landed, this would have helped us deal with the Novosibirsk, build a van, build a safe house, whatever, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I guess just build the team or whatever.
Didn't even need that. That's good. And only 2 events that we saw. That's crazy.
He wins getting his name on one of the agent tokens. Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Scott, that's what we need to do. Scott Merkling will, if we need to name something with our aliases or whatever in the next episode, we need to note Scott. Scott's going to get his name on one of those.
He's a magical winner.
Yes. I need to note.
He will be one of our aliases going forward.
Yeah. Or Scott, if you have a nickname, you'd rather us use, then
your own alias,
whatever you want your alias to be, you tell us right now. I'm going to note it down, actually. Let me just get a thing up here.
More reasons for everyone to continue watching. Join in with us.
Get involved.
Get yourselves in there.
Get involved. Let me just make a note.
Nope, Scott is good. And Scott says, my copy gets here tomorrow. Awesome. That's exciting. It's one of my favorite games, so this is
Oh, like Pandemic is? Like Legacies?
I think so, the Legacies, yeah.
So Scott MER. Okay. We'll work you in somehow, Scott. We don't know yet how to do it all, but we'll know in the next episode when we crack into all that stuff, read more of the Legacy cards. So the next episode, of course, we'll have spoilers for those who are going to tune in, or if you're watching this in the future and are about to go to the next video, that's the deal. Okay, that is noted. Thank you, everyone. That was fun. All right. So what do we need to do? We need to read the back of the rule book. All right, so on the bottom right there, you see the game ends when any of the following occurs. All objectives have a completed or failed token on them. Cannot draw 2 player cards. There aren't enough left in the deck. You need to place an agent, but it's empty. You need to place an instant, it's empty, and something else that's eventually going to come and mess this up. It ends immediately, even if it's the middle of a player's turn. You cannot finish your turn, even if you'd like to. After the game ends, proceed to the after the game on page 16. So after the game, when playing the prologue, do only steps 1, 4, and 6, but read the other steps so you understand how they will work during the campaign. Step 1, check the objectives. Mark any incomplete objectives with a failed token, read the appropriate debrief entry, follow any instructions in the debrief, and evaluate your team's status. All objectives are completed, you would get the succeeding status. You get to proceed with the next month. You just decrease your funding level by 1, because you don't need the help. We talked about that earlier. We don't need to do this because it's prologue. If you had 1 objective failed, you'd get adequate. Like, we could write this on the back of the book, but it's not going to mess with our funding because you start with funding of 5 when you start in January anyway. It doesn't carry over. This is like kind of separate from it, but it got us started, got us a little bit of feel for things. If 2 or more objectives failed, you're evaluated as failing. Your funding level will go up if you're adequate by 1. It'd go up by 2 if you fail. So this is how the game kind of balances out its difficulty by giving you more event cards in the deck, which makes the player deck thicker. So those escalation cards are further apart. More time, more actions before you run out of that deck is how it kind of works. And those events are powerful. They do game-breaking things, right? If it was your first attempt at the month, you repeat the month. So we're not there yet. And then when you start the next game, mark any objectives that you completed in the first half of the month as complete. Only possible once you have 3 objectives starting in May. If this is your second attempt at the month, proceed to the next month. Destroy the objectives for the month you finished, including any you failed. Then step 2, you check the cities. Add a surveillance sticker to cities that contain 1 or more incident tokens.
Oh, that's good to know.
We don't do this now,
no,
right?
we don't do this now, but this is good to know.
Holy crap. So incidents are serious business.
Yeah, so you want to prevent those.
Okay. So more surveillance equals more bad things happening to you, which we'll see more in the next one, I'm sure. Each city can have up to 3 surveillance. If a city already has 3, do not add any more, even if there are incident tokens in that city at game's end. Step something. Step new rule eventually coming. Step 3, check legacy deck. If there's a pause card on top of the deck, you may be instructed to draw more cards. Check game end area. If there are any threat cards in this area, place them in the threat discard pile. And then 5, spend budget. Regardless of your group's evaluation, you choose upgrades at the end of each game. You receive budgetary units equal to the number of players who just played the game, plus an additional +1 unit if you completed every objective. So we will get to buy cool things at the end of each scenario. The better we did, the more cool stuff we get.
That's cool.
I love that part of a legacy game. Can't wait for that. You guys can help us pick some of that stuff in the future episodes when we get into that and start reading through them. Costs are shown next to each upgrade, and unused units are lost and do not roll over from game to game. Talks about what an asset is, permanent safe houses, counter surveillance.
Oh.
So you can put over stickers over surveillance to reduce them.
Yes.
So we can undo kind of what the incident problem has done to us.
Yes.
And then cleanup, which we'll do after the stream. Discard all player cards, clear the board of all game pieces, but not stickers. Those are permanent. Don't take those off. Jimmy, stop. Stop. Put your hands down. Nope. Put that sticker back. Those are all reset for the start of the game. And that's it. Yeah, that was cool. Rob, are you going to destroy cards in this game? Know how you don't like tearing up cards. Oh, I'll tear up the cards. You just wait.
Yep.
You just wait. I'm the first to grab them and just tear them up.
Yep.
It'll be awesome. So for those who don't want to see that, yeah, this is your last episode. Thanks a lot for watching so far. Do not continue to the next stream or next videos or anything like that. We're done. But we will continue the series. We're going to play it all the way through the end. So however many attempts at certain months, however long the campaign takes to get to the end, you can follow along with us here live as we play through it, or if you're watching later, everything will be in a playlist down below. So I'll schedule the next episode as soon as this goes off the air. You can set reminders for them or subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when we go live and you don't miss when we post videos or go live. Yeah, and you can watch along. And you guys can get involved. So if you're okay with spoilers, there will be spoilers in the next one, of course. But come help us create our characters or our aliases. Get involved. You can help us make decisions. And play along with us as we go through this story and uncover what craziness is hiding in these sticker sheets and boxes and rules and tokens and things that could just pop out of the box. So yeah, it'd be fun. And Buell says, I don't typically get to watch live. Yeah, we haven't seen you live in a while, and I understand. Yeah, it just sometimes doesn't work out for everybody. But we do appreciate you being here, and that's awesome. So when you catch it, it's cool. That's great. Thank you, Buell. That's so nice. Kate says, no, the poor cards. And Dragon says, I'll shed a tear for every card you tear.
Oh, okay.
Jamie says, well, off to get ready for Seafall. And regarding Pandemic and regular Pandemic shortly. Great seeing this playthrough. Awesome, Jamie. That's cool.
Thank you.
Good luck in Seafall. Or intro, you don't destroy the mission cards.
Oh, because he's saying because we just completed those objectives.
Oh, yeah. We're not doing it for the intro, but I think you would. But because it's a prologue, I don't think we would replay the prologue again before next episode. But we could, just to get into it if we need to. So I'm not ripping up those objectives. The Legacy deck didn't tell us to. I guess the rules of the game kind of say to do it. But we'll see. Maybe the Legacy deck will say go ahead. But it is a prologue. So you definitely could keep this game as if you don't want to throw away stuff and tear it away, you could keep this as a regular game of like Pandemic by just playing the prologue rules and stuff over and over again. But you'll start stickering up stuff, which then muddies those waters anyway.
You'll make a very difficult prologue, probably.
Yeah. So I'm not going to mess with anything right now. But yeah, starting in next episode, we're stickering, we're writing on things, we're ripping up things, we're scratching away silver things that are covering up stuff on cards. Yeah, we're going to go crazy. We're going to melt pieces of plastic. It'll be great.
Maybe you can start the stream by ripping up the cards just to get everybody excited.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Any other questions or anything before we get out of here? Mark says, might be worth playing Prologue again off stream to see how the other characters play.
See?
Yeah. The other two temporary aliases, right? But are we going to see these again? I think potentially, yeah. But I also kind of like to leave it. Yeah, we might play off camera, so we don't have to show it because we did win there. But we could try them out, just get an idea. But it's kind of similar to how they felt, other roles and stuff felt in other Pandemic games we played. So, Jim said, no, I don't think we have Justin now, Kyle, Nick, and Ashley are all coming over at some point during our 2 12-hour streams this weekend. I forgot to mention that. I should be doing that. This weekend, for those interested, we reached 10,000 subscribers a little while ago to celebrate. We are spending the weekend, 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, this upcoming weekend, the 14th and 15th, I believe it is, of November 2020, from 9 a.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, Sunday, playing Too Many Bones. So Saturday, we should be starting out 3-player with Kyle. We'll play through a playthrough. Then he has to take off after that. We'll play for a few hours. Justin should be showing up, playing with us, 3-player, doing that up. And then we're back Saturday, where Mel and I will start us off. Probably playing the Nobulus Apprenticeship Program. Not for sure yet. I still have to learn that, so maybe that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. But if we can figure it out beforehand, we'll play it on stream. Then we have Nick and Ashley joining us for some 4-player midday Sunday. and I think they're good for like a whole playthrough or whatever. And then after that, we'll wrap it up with Mel and I playing some 2-player, and we'll see. Bill says 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. for me. I think I can be awake for that. Awesome. Oh. Yeah, we want to do it kind of earlier for us so that we can hit some people in other time zones that don't always get to watch our live streams. Because we play a lot like late for us, like 8 in the evening kind of streams. So we figured for this one, we'll do it kind of early. Yeah, Jim, I just wasn't sure. We just nailed down today that who we're getting to come and play with us. So like just lining up the times now, trying to figure out where someone can join in. I didn't want to have someone from the Discord joining in while other people are here playing, because everybody that's joining us has a very strict time window they can play with us. So we might have players that have to run out in the middle of a playthrough that can't stay the whole time. We're going to try to fit a whole playthrough or whatever in that window we have them with us, but I don't know how long that'll be 100%. So like they may get to push it, but I just don't know what times for sure, because Too Many Bones, as you know, it's not consistent. Like you could pick the same tyrant and that playthrough can be an hour shorter or an hour longer based on what encounters you find or side quests or weird things that come up could prolong the playthrough, and different player counts and stuff like that. So we don't know how long each play is going to be and how much time Mel and I would have spare. So I don't know the exact time I'd be able to pull somebody in. And I would hate to tell somebody like, yeah, you can play with us at like 6 p.m. And then it's like at 6 p.m. we're still playing like 4-player with some other people, and I would feel bad. Or like we end and then we're waiting an hour and we're trying to like get a hold of you to join in. It's just like, unless we knew for sure at the beginning of a stream to have somebody join in, that might work. But it's something we'll try in the future though. Yeah. Jim, we will try it in the future. I just don't think it'll work for this weekend. That's the only thing. How are we picking Gearlocks and Tyrants? There may be some polls going up. I still haven't decided, but I'm going to pick Tyrants based on the length of play that we have those players. So obviously with Kyle showing up for only so many hours, for example, we can only play certain Tyrants, and Kyle's only played a couple times. So I don't think I want to play any super long Tyrants, any super difficult Tyrants, or any super complex Tyrants. So obviously out of that, there'd be only a certain amount to pick from. So I may do a poll where you guys pick based on that. But we do have Kyle coming tonight to play with Kyle, to reteach him the game, get him back into the game, relearn his Gearlock or play a new Gearlock or whatever. We may play with the same Tyrant tonight and just stick with that one. So that way a newer player to the game sees the same baddie types again, knows what they're working towards, knows their same Gearlock. So, and we did the same thing last night. We went and played for like 5 or 6 hours with Nick and Ashley, who only played the game one time before. We joined them again. They tried new Gearlocks. We played a different Tyrant. We played Undertow this time versus the first time they played base set. So we're trying to just teach them more Too Many Bones and see different things, but they're newer players. So based on what they played last night, we might just play the exact same thing again. So that way on stream, they're not feeling like overwhelmed and nervous with Too Many Bones. Because as you guys know, it's nicknamed Too Many Rules for a reason. And it's a lot to wrap their head around. So I don't want to like constantly throw out a new player. Here's new things. Here's unknowns. Here's different. As you guys know with me, I didn't even do polls right away. I'd start doing polls after I played all the Tyrants and got used to it. So that way, like, if you guys voted for something, I wasn't stumbling in a stream trying to, like, how does this work completely? I have no clue. But I still do that, but try to reduce that. Thank you, Darren. So yeah, that's the plan for this weekend. 12 hours of Too Many Bones, 12 on Saturday, 12 hours of Too Many Bones on Sunday. Instead of doing a straight 24-hour stream, 2 separate 12 hours. Come and join us for that. Pop in, pop out whenever. We'll just be playing some Too Many Bones. We'll be getting involved with you guys. So those in the chat can vote on encounter options. If we're not sure what Tyrant to play, because some of it are going to go by the seat of our pants. So if Kyle's gone, Justin's gone, and Mel and I are sitting here, based on the time we have, you guys can vote for which Tyrant we play or which Gearlocks we play maybe in the middle of the stream. We'll kind of, after people are gone, we'll just do stuff like on the fly. So you can get involved. So Jim, that's a way you guys can choose some Gearlocks and Tyrants. But ahead of time, we're going to probably play Tyrants that we've practiced off camera this week. That's the plan. Yeah, but each keyword, there's a rule to the keyword. Rob Mel, Too Many Bones, mini painting, and birthday cake. Does it get any better? Yeah, Spencer, yes. We did this all just really for your birthday.
Yep, we're celebrating with you.
Nothing to do with 10,000 subscribers. That's just a cover story. Yep. But yes, this is all for Spencer S's birthday celebration this weekend. That's why we're doing it.
Spencer, which day is your actual birthday? Saturday or Sunday? Just so we know.
Yeah, which day is your birthday? Yeah. That's why we're trying to keep it on the down low. Like, yeah.
On the 14th. Okay, so Saturday.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, if we see you that day, which I assume we will, and if we don't, happy birthday. Rock out. And Jim, yes.
Yes.
Here's the other thing though, Jim. I want those noobs to kind of make their own decisions. I don't want to be forcing them to make choices. Especially if we're playing 4-player and it's a little easier, we'll play on like medium difficulty. I want to let the players make their own choices. It'll make it more fun. So this, like I keep saying, it's going to be a casual Too Many Bones stream. It's not going to be hardcore. We're not going to try to be super efficient. Yeah, we're going to try to win, of course. But I want people to pick dice and have some fun and experiment and maybe get some dice played on the channel that don't normally get picked in a playthrough. So you guys are usually recommending dice to me and we're fighting over which die is more efficient. But there's always dice on each Gearlox mat that are just nobody grabs and plays with. And we don't play multiplayer on the channel a lot for Too Many Bones where we get 3 and 4 players. So I'm looking forward to playing with some random dice or trying out some new things or figuring stuff out and experimenting. So that's the plan. So anyways. But yes, feel free to get involved. Feel free to get recommendations. Those new players will be looking for help though. So don't get me wrong. Some of them will be like, I don't know what to pick. And I'll say, the chat will help you. They know. They know. So anyways, thanks all for watching. We're going to get out of here. We got to go set up for teaching Kyle some Too Many Bones tonight and playing with him off stream. So we'll be back Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, playing some Too Many Bones. So join us this weekend and we'll have some fun playing Too Many Bones. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you in the next Pandemic Legacy episode next week. Watch for that popping up on the channel in minutes. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.